Easy. Okay, first of all, thank you for all your comments regarding my last video about censorship. I can see now that there is a little bell next to where you subscribe to a channel. Now, the reason I missed that is because I always look to my subscriptions to see what new that they've put up. So I've never really needed to use that. But the point of interest, next to the subscribe, there is a little bell. So if you click that bell for every time I put a video up, you will get notifications. The notifications appear to come in a different area of the screen. I notice whenever you guys comment on my videos, they come up in a kind of a little second bell up in the top right hand corner of the screen. Now that way you won't miss any. Okay, now on to one of my favourite topics today, which is double standards. And having been the victim of double standards many times in my life, let's just say that I like to call it out wherever I see it. So first of all, two pieces of news that come up. What have we got first of all here? We see a Labour Councillor for Exeter City Council has been convicted of child pornography videos and images on his computer. He was arrested in 2017, under investigation rather, in 2017. And the judge said in the case that he had an astonishing number of images on his computer, and some of the worst images and videos on there showed 12-year-old girls being raped. So, sounds like a sick fuck, doesn't it? And what do you reckon's happened to him then? Jail sentence, of course. It's got to be, hasn't it? Well, not exactly. Because he's been given a suspended sentence. It said that, I'll find the bit there. It was given 10 months suspended sentence for 2 years with 40 days rehab for possessing a huge number of images. So, he walks away without going to prison, a Labour councillor. And then on the other side of the coin, we have the king of cancel culture, or should I say, the queen of cancel culture, Owen Jones, Britain's biggest soyboy. If you remember, I made a video about a year ago, which I've since had to remove, where he claimed that he was the victim of an assault in a bar, where he was attacked from behind by a group of men. And of course, I questioned his account of all this, because when he appeared on the BBC, he certainly didn't look like he'd been the victim of an assault. He'd no bruises on him. But it would appear that he was indeed the victim of an assault. And the person in question has been found guilty of that assault. And the assault was where he ran up to him from behind and made a kind of a flying kick on Owen Jones on his back, knocking him to the ground. But when you hear the actual details of the assault, it says Mr. Jones suffered cuts swelling to his back and to his head and bruises down his body. But when he was on the BBC just a couple of days later, there were no bruises visible. Okay, now this guy here, when they arrested him, obviously they took a look at his computer, and they found that there was an image of him there doing a Nazi salute. And then it says, as well as other items connected to far-right ideology. Now then, we all know that the word far-right likes to get thrown around quite a bit, although it is possible, seeing as they were doing a Nazi salute. I don't side with anybody who does Nazi salutes, by the way. And because of the imagery found on his computer, that the jury realised, they decided that he did attack Owen Jones because of his sexuality and because of his political leanings. But at the end of the day, he didn't kick the shit out of him, did he? He gave him, it was an assault, but it certainly wasn't what I would call an extreme assault. It was no worse than just giving somebody a smack. But what do you think this guy got? Would you think something like a fine or a community sentence maybe? No. He was sent to prison. He was sent to prison for 2 years and 8 months. 2 years, 8 fucking months for a minor assault like that. Now, I agree that he should have been punished because, to be honest, I don't care who he assaulted or why. It was an assault and he should be punished for it. But if I was assaulted by somebody from Antifa for my political views, do you think that that Antifa member would be jailed for 2 years and 8 months? I don't think so, do you? I think that he would likely to get a piss-pot sentence, almost get let off with even a conditional discharge or something like that. So the double standards on this is absolutely breathtaking. We see a nonce Labour councillor walk free from prison for having images of 12-year-old girls being raped on his computer. And they said that just because he didn't take those photographs. But to me that doesn't matter, because if he's sharing them or looking at them, he's feeding the market. And if he weren't feeding the market, then those videos, people wouldn't make money out of those videos and those images. So it's just as bad, if you ask me, against somebody who committed a fairly minor assault that didn't result in the victim needing hospital treatment. He didn't need hospital treatment, and he goes to prison for 2 years and 8 months. Fucking hell, double standards. If this is as the worst form of double standards that I think I've come across in a long time. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Till next time, easy.